What is going on YouTube land? It is I, JuneHeat, bike with another video. Uh, I decided to take a break from the wrestling and the sneakers and the music content to try to kind of go back to my roots of what I started with on YouTube, and that's spreading a specific message. Now, this specific message, can't lie to you, is coming from a different place than I would be back then. I was finding myself back then, and I was spitting a lot of rhetoric that was true to me, but to others it seemed astronomical. So being in the state that I am now, which those were 10 years ago, you know, now that I'm fully delved into my inner self, who I am or who I've grown to be, at this point I can make this type of video and it come out the way I need it to come out. So the title of this video is The Art of Balance. Now, I'm probably it's looking like it more and more every day, but I'm probably the most balanced person you ever gonna meet. And it's not because of a necessity to keep this balance. It's a want. Uh, uh, the way that I feel right now, emotionally, mentally, like it's never gonna be matched. Like because of the balance that I've gained. And that's not saying that, you know, I'm around a bunch of unbalanced people, but some people don't realize how imbalanced they are. You get what I'm saying? So the art of being balanced, it starts with being human. It's what you call what I call a human balance. Like, you see it every day in society, every single day. Like, it's tough on both genders, but once you get a drink of that gender Kool-Aid and you hooked on it and you dwell in it, it's hard to gain balance again. It's hard to balance your mind, body, and spirit. I give you an examples. With the men, it's so many men that will go to the point and crash out. They would crash all the way out, forget everything they worked for, forget everything that they accomplished, everything they hope to accomplish. They throw it all away in a moment of trying to prove how more masculine he is than the next man. The next example, you hear it all the time on the internet. These females saying that they are in survival mode. They they want to go back to the soft girl era. They tired of being. That's why they bashing all the men because they say we have them in survival mode. Those are two examples I gave. In both examples, it's more of a case of imbalance because working and surviving as a grown human adult is not it's survival mode for all of us. So just because you have to work, ladies, just because you are out here working a 9 to 5 and you trying to achieve your dreams and goals just like every other person on the earth, does not make you masculine. It makes you human. I'm gonna say that again. It makes you human. Men, you are not more masculine than the next man. Y'all let masculinity blind you into thinking that you can be more of a man than the next man. You can never be more of a man than the next man because there's always a next man. If you get what I'm saying. Like, what's the use of you being better than the man next to you when there's somebody else, it's 3 or 4 other people that's better than you in your own metrics of the standards you set for yourself as a man. It seemed real stupid, don't it? Like I see it every day. Like we try to over masculine each other, trying to be the quote unquote alpha. Like no, we are not animals. Like alphas is reserved for the animal kingdom, those who have to survive in their environment. They have to go hunt and kill actual food. You go to the grocery store. You are not an alpha. You get what I'm saying? So those just 2 examples in the whole never ending story of people who are trying to achieve this ultimate level of masculinity or femininity or like the literally the word soft girl era makes me sick to my stomach because that will be implying that you had such a rough childhood that you was never able to enjoy being held up, which most of you already have. You're born into this world being held higher at a higher standard or a higher pedestal than me. So just because you now have to or had to work for a while, you want to return back to your soft girl era, like don't know like all human beings that work 9 to 5s, that have supervisors, don't want the same exact thing. You would be lying if you say you do it, even if you're a man. Like nobody wants to work hard in life. Everybody wants to take the easy way, and they would take it at the drop of a hat. So there's no such thing as a soft girl era. It's like I said, it's rhetoric made up to push the genders farther apart. When we all just need to be human beings. You got to be a human being first. Think in the human mind first. That is the ultimate art of balance. You have to think human. Like you can't, as a man, you can't approach everything in life rough, hard, and void of emotion, and like you can't do that. And women, you cannot get around having to do manual labor, having to put in the work, having to have to do some kind of work, having to have something to 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 hold your hat on to say you accomplished outside of having babies. You as a human being and as a person that was born into society have to be productive. You have to have something else You can't dwell in the femininity and think that you just gonna prance all the way through life. That's why a lot of y'all are bitter. That's why a lot of y'all are single. Men too, bitter and single, because you're chasing a dream instead of being human, living and being who you are, making your own standards for yourself, realistic standards for yourself, and and dwell in humanity. Like a lot of y'all don't take the time to be human. That's one of the biggest problems I see. I'm always running into dudes that's trying to be overly masculine. Most of the time, it's for a woman. I see it all the day, all the time. Like I work in a facility with most all males, so I see it all the time. But you can't be better than the next man. Only thing you can be better than is the person you was yesterday. That's the only your only competition is you. If you walk around this world with this chip on your shoulder, thinking that you have to be the toughest, roughest, baddest, you always gonna fail. You always gonna feel depression and disappointment within yourself. Just like women, if you don't never go out and experience how it feels to interact with people, work, talk, actually be social with people, you're gonna live a tormented life, bitter in yourself, always looking for somebody to save you. Like we as humans have to be humans. If you are a human adult, you need to take care of human kids. Point blank. Those are only two genders in my opinion. It's kids and adults. Adults do what adults do. They move. They wake up in the morning. They shake around. If you got kids, you taking care of your kids. If but still have to keep in mind your personal goals, standards, and things you want to accomplish. You have to want to accomplish something. And that's not me preaching to anybody. That's just saying like this. Like if you're born on this earth, you should want to be productive. You should want to create or add to anything that's already going. All of me making this video, putting it into the YouTube universe. I mean, it may not touch many, it may not touch anybody at all, and I'm fine with that. But as long as it's out there, maybe 20 years from now, this video might go viral. You never know. But that's just my take on it. Like balance. You have to balance yourselves. Balance, balance, balance. Like you can't, as a man, you can't run from things that are considered feminine. Is and I consider that to be like as far as how to use your emotions and control your emotions. Uh, from how you sometimes you have to use care. You can't go in rough all the time. Sometimes you gotta be gentle. Sometimes you have to nurture. Women, you can't run away from hard work. Like you should want to feel some kind of accomplishment of doing some kind of good work, hard work outside of reproduction. And that's for men too. Some men reproduce just so they say they quote unquote have a legacy. You build your legacy from what you do, not what your kid grew up to be, not what your daddy was. You have to build your own. as an individual human being. And with that being said, as always, I would surely appreciate it if y'all would like the video, comment if you have something to say, subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with the content that I'm bringing to you. I should be making a wrestling video here soon, and I should be making a something about the music industry coming up soon. But be on the lookout for that. And as always, I love y'all. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. Be blessed.